Curtis was having a party, one of his yearly big bashes. Only the coolest of the cool were invited.
This party is going to go off.
Right off.
What? We sure about going this way, are we? Sure it's the right thing to do?
You got another way to get inside? Down the chimney perhaps, Santa? Come on, what are you waiting for?
I was waiting for something like this to happen. But first, there are a couple of things you need to know about parties and speeches and the dangers of lying and how it can turn your face into a zit colony. Curtis was handing out golden invitations to his party.
Next.
And people were going to huge lengths to get one.
Next.
Everyone was so desperate to get an invite, they were turning themselves into people they weren't. Everyone except Philip, that is.
You've got no chance. Let's just go.
Hey, don't listen to him. Curtis just needs to know you're cool.
That's my problem. I'm not cool. I don't even know what cool is.
Leonard, cool is a state of mind.
But I didn't care about being cool. I cared about staying friends with Egg. Give me a couple of pointers. You know Curtis. What do you guys do when you hang out?
We hang?
What do you do when you hang?
We hang.
What do you talk about?
Occasionally someone says cool. Or someone says something like sick. Or awesome.
Does someone ever say ridiculous?
Taylor's out. She was in last year. It's tragic.
Sasha. Didn't expect to see you here.
People change, Lockie.
A lot was changing at the moment, and I'm not sure I liked it. Like Egg calling me by my surname all of a sudden. No guesses where he got that from.
Leonard!
Leonard, what's going down, bro?
Oh, sick.
You sick?
No. No, I'm awesome.
You're weird, Leonard, that's what you are.
Cool. I thought I'd killed my chances, but then suddenly, miracle of miracles.
Now don't let me down, Leonard.
Next! Curtis is so cool, and the rest of the guys are too. We're gonna get up to some pretty sick stuff. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have so much fun, even more than before.
Cool.
So glad you're now part of the gang. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Same. Although things didn't feel the same anymore. And things at home for Egg, they'd never been more different.
Hey, Dad!
You one more moment there, Jeffrey. Yeah? Wait, again. Jeff? You there? Sorry about before. Jeff?
I needed some time to figure out how much I really wanted to stay friends with Egg, and if going to Curtis's party was really worth it. Turns out, I wasn't the only one in need of some thinking time.
Hey.
Hey.
Far out. You do realize where we're sitting.
The beach?
This is the exact same spot where you and I first met. Remember? When you did your tricky parts, sis. Oh, I remember. So much has happened since then. Big changes.
Ed couldn't say what those big changes were, but I knew he was talking about his mum leaving.
Sometimes, I wish things could go back to the way they were. You know, Field has this theory about the universe contracting, and when it does, time will travel backwards. Or at least something like that. So we travel back, and what? We go through all the old same stuff all over again. Yeah. One day, in this very spot, I'll be writhing around in agony, having just decked my tricky bits, and you'll be standing over me laughing. I won't be here. Where will you be? I'll be getting a camera to take a picture of your face. Man, that was so funny. Man, I think that's about the lamest joke I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, you want to push me?
For the first time in ages, Egg and I were being our old selves. That kind of decided things for me. There was no way I was going to miss Curtis's party.
It's the Hall of Dreams principle, Joy. Book it, and they will come.
Sounds wonderful, Sarge, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
In order to get a radio licence, we need to prove we have support from the community.
Sorry, licence?
First up, we identify the cultural subgroups of evangelists. Then, we infiltrate.
Infiltrate?
Once infiltrated, we hold a public rally right here.
We get them in here, we get them all fired up.
And we convince them why radio is good for them.
And how do we convince them?
That's where you come in.
If you can convince us, you can convince anyone.
Mum had been banging on for weeks now to anyone who would listen, and even those who wouldn't, about how Angelus needed its own radio station.
Did you know there is no radio station in this town? There used to be one. The caravan it broadcasted from is still around. The equipment's just lying there going to waste.
Somebody needs to get off their bottom and get that radio station happening again.
I didn't mean my bottom.
Here we are, our first visitors. Sarge, can you keep them entertained while we change?
Right you are.
Changed?
I'd like to thank you, gentlemen, for taking time out of your day. Mrs. Leonard, would you like to go through some of your main points?
Well, I guess the thing is...
The more Mum tried to be cool and speak bikey, the less sense she made.
I think what Mrs. Leonard is trying to say is that a town without its own radio station is a town without a voice. A town without a radio station is like a sea of individual voices drowning in an anonymous ocean. It's time for us to knit together so we become one town, one voice, one Radio Angelus. I've done all I can. It's up to your speech now.
Speech? Mine? What?
At the rally. See you Sunday afternoon then? Are you going to be in there all night? What about our dinner?
Always she's prepared to share.
What's wrong with Mum?
Your mother has to give a speech on Sunday afternoon.
You don't have any plans for Sunday afternoon, do you, Lockie? Why would anyone want to go to Curtis's party? That's just silly.
Curtis is not that bad. He's actually all right once you get to know him.
No, he's not. The things you don't know.
But I did know one thing. If I was going to go to this party, I'd have to lie to my parents. And that would be hard, not to mention disfiguring. Anyway, Mum would cope just fine without me.
No. I don't want to make a speech. I mean, do I have to? Why did you do it, Philip? Well, what about you, son?
No,
Do you
no,
love public speaking? Don't make me get back in that
bloodshed.
Joy, there are two things you were born to do. Motherhood and public radio.
There is something that you don't know about me. It started when I was in the high school debating team.
The subject of today's debate. To be a bee is a better thing than to be an ant. I now call on the first speaker for the affirmative. Joy.
I agree. So, I did the one thing I could think of doing.
You faked a faint.
I never, ever want to be in that situation again.
It's okay, Mum. You have your family with you.
I'm sorry, Mum, but I'm not going to be able to make your speech.
Oh, you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I've just been invited to Eggs.
You're not coming to the hall.
No, I'm going to Eggs.
You're going to Eggs.
Yes.
Eggs' house.
Yes. Please don't ask me again. I organised it with him before I knew you were doing this speech thing. He's missing his mum, and I really need to be a friend to him right now.
And who wants to see your old mum making a fool of herself in front of thousands of people anyway?
You're not going to make a fool of yourself.
I'm not so sure about that.
Lockie, my office now. That woman gave birth to you. You owe her your life, and you repay her with treachery?
I can't hear you.
I'm going to tell Mum Massage where you're really going to be on Sunday.
You can't.
The criminal gets his hearing back.
I'm not a criminal.
You're an accomplished liar, and that's a very slippery slope.
Look, I bought these for Curtis's. But you can have them. Jelly babies. Your favourite.
You're bribing me? My precious.
Radio in Angeles will facilitate the dissemination of a myriad of diverging discourses that are unique to our immediate environs. It's not finished, but what do you think?
It's good. It's good. For a rough draft, very good. Very good.
Rough? It's the 7th draft. I told you I'm no good at this.
Joy, no, it's just a little formal. It just needs to be a little... Oh, Joy.
It didn't matter what Sarge said. There was no way to calm Mum down. Lying had really taken its toll on my face. And the only thing worse than a face full of zits is an unopened bag of jelly babies. It could only mean one thing. Philip had dobbed. Sarge, you gave me a fright.
I thought you might want to lift to Eggs. You all right? Lockie, you seem a little bit nervous.
Nervous? Me? Just going to Eggs. Sarge was on to me. I had to watch my step.
Yeah, word on the street is that Curtis is having a party.
Yeah, heard that.
Yeah, strange that Egg's not invited. Him and Curtis have been hanging out a lot lately, haven't they?
Yeah.
But Egg's not going.
Nope.
You ever been to a party like that before?
No.
I have, when I was your age.
You have?
Oh, yeah, wild times. Wild.
And your dad didn't mind you going to these parties?
The doc? No. Well, some parents would rather lock their kids up than let them out of the house. Not the doc, no. He thought life was all about new experiences, having adventures, making mistakes, learning from them.
This is an Eggs.
I never worry about you, Lockie. I always know you'll do the right thing.
Thanks, Sarge.
So the earth didn't swallow me up. And suddenly there I was, at the party to end all parties.
Dudes, awesome party, man.
Totally sick.
The coolest. Face is tragic, Leonard. All right, I think it's time to get this party really going. Time to bring out the supplies.
I was stressed. I didn't know exactly what supplies Curtis was talking about. I got the impression it wasn't something my parents would have approved of. I wasn't the only Leonard stressed that day.
Come on, love. Everyone's waiting.
No, Sarge. Please, no!
We're going to need some assistance.
Oh, Dad, she bit me!
P-A-R-T-Y.
Curtis!
What are you doing here? I thought you were having dinner with Nana.
Nana cancelled. Why are all these people here?
Just stopping by. We're on our way out.
Where are you going?
Eggs.
Yeah, that's right, Mrs. F. We're going to do Bible reading with the Rev.
What's that behind your back?
It's a box with some stuff in it.
What stuff?
Bibles. No, will you just please leave us alone?
Okay.
Bible studies. Go on, Egg.
A horrible feeling came over me. And it wasn't my face full of zits. I didn't like the way Curtis treated his mum. I would never treat my mum like that. But then it hit me. I already had.
You should hang out at Dog Rock.
Curtis is sick of the rock. Bowling.
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 The bowling alley wasn't actually open on Sundays. The manager refused to open the doors for religious reasons. He was very strict about it. But this didn't seem to bother Curtis.
Doesn't matter. Sasha's got her key from work, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to use it.
Come on. It's my party and I'll bowl if I want to.
Don't.
What's your problem, Leonard?
It's a stupid idea breaking into the bowling alley. Not to mention dishonest, illegal, and totally uncool.
It felt good to be telling the truth again. My skin seemed to like it too.
Anyone else agree with Lockie?
Sasha, Egg, you don't want to do this, trust me. Come with me. We'll go back to Egg's place, play some air guitar, get out some of your dad's old records.
Looks like you're the uncool one, Leonard. Come on. Let's get out of here. Leonard's out.
Yeah. Leonard's out.
I wasn't the only one having a shocking afternoon.
And now to explain to us why we all need a community radio station, Joy Leonard.
I agree.
The study of science is an amazing thing. It gives shape to the unknown.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I, for one, would love the opportunity for a science radio program in Andrew.
Listen to Philip. He's a natural.
Yeah, being Philip.
You think I should be more like Philip?
No. I think you should be more like you.
Wise words, Joy.
Who wants to listen to silly old me?
Well, right now, you're not giving anyone the chance to decide.
Meanwhile, Curtis's bowling party was about to get gate crashed. Everyone managed to escape. Everyone except Curtis.
I wasn't even there, I'm telling you, please. Listen to me.
And right about now, Mum wished she could escape too.
Now, where was I? Angelus needs a community radio station because...
The Sarge realised Mum still needed a helping hand.
But we already have radio stations. Those big city stations.
What can they offer us Andalusians?
Easy listening.
American Top 40.
Witty banter.
Rubbish. All of it. Their news isn't our news. Their gardening programs don't reflect Andalusian gardens. No. Their surf reports are of waves yonder far. Their sports wrap-ups are of games played not on our green fields. Their love song dedications, not dedicated to lovers waltzing our fair streets. We will not be overcome by big city radio stations. We will not yield to their dull programming, and never, never will Angelus be without a voice of its own again.
Mum was an overnight sensation. We wouldn't know for weeks if we got the licence, but judging from the crowd, we'd won the support of the whole town. And that actually was cool.